What's up, guys? It's Andy. We actually have some news coming out today, just a couple hours ago. It's actually pretty big news. You know that video I made about SingCar qualifying probably coming back? Well, it's actually pretty true. NASCAR is going to return to SingCar qualifying at all the tracks this season. NASCAR officials announced Wednesday that all three National Series will return to SingCar qualifying at all over tracks. The rules change when it ends a run of 5+ years for the group qualifying format, which was introduced before the 2014 season. The group qualifying system will remain for the Series 3 road course events. Officials also dropped the use of multiple elimination style rounds. The changes go into effect for this weekend's NASCAR tripleheader at Dover National Speedway. At all oval tracks that are longer than 1.25 miles, Darlington, and larger, teams will determine the starting lineup with a single time qualifying. At tracks 1.25 miles and shorter, teams will start on the basis of the best of 2-time single car laps. Competition officials made the alteration after a steep rise in qualifying gamemanship through the first quarter of the Monster Energy Cup Series season. With the Series 2018 rules package placing emphasis on the aerodynamic draft, teams often waited for the most advantageous position, which was at the end of the qualifying attempts. That qualifying cat and mouse game boiled over in March at Auto Club when none of the top qualifiers wanted to be first out and all 12 failed to log a final round speed. This incident at chaotic qualifying session 2 weeks later at Texas drew the ire of Steve O'Donnell, NASCAR Executive Vice President and Chief Race and Development Officer, who said April 1st that officials were considering all options, including return to single-car qualifying. Wednesday, officials reaffirmed that the multi-car system has become untenable. It was a unified decision between broadcaster teams and NASCAR. Scott Miller, NASCAR Senior Vice President of Competition, said of returning to single-car runs. One of the other things to make a compelling program out of it is we've seen the use of the ghost car on television. That's going to be a big element in presenting a quality show. I think fans are going to be able to see which drivers drive in deep, which while drivers roll in the middle faster and get off the corners faster and rely, given the talents and booths, something to talk about. Another interesting aspect is that every team has a good shot of getting covered during qualifying session, which is something I'm glad that they're doing for this, is that every team is going to be able to be covered. We're building in a few 2-minute breaks to where TV can get some spots in and not break away from live action. That's one of the goals in this, and I think with those designated spots and breaks, we'll be able to present almost a whole qualifying session live without going away. The qualifying order will be determined by the previous race starting lineup. For example, in the Monster Energy, the top 20 starters in the previous race will take their qualifying laps in position 21 to 40. Second half qualifying. The remainder of the cars will draw to qualify in positions 1 through 20. Before reverting to single-car qualifying, competition officials introduced a handful of stop game moves in hopes of curbing the emphasis in multi-car format. Officials added a deterrence element after the Auto Club incident, disallowing all qualifying speeds if a driver failed to post time in subsequent rounds. The department also tried to establish better defined staging areas for teams waiting to make their laps at a pit road exit, but that led to competition for better parking spots in Texas, and what Clipper termed as clogging after congestion hindered his qualifying efforts. The last change officials came in April at Richmond, where the length of qualifying run shrank to create more urgency in placing a lap, with all 3 rounds clocking just 5 minutes each. Multi-car qualifying was used for road course events 2013 ahead of its full implementation in every track following season. It was eliminated from Superspeedway race at Daytona and Talladega in March 2015 as a safety measure after a series of crashes and questionable air gains made the system unfeasible at those high-speed tracks. And yeah, that's it. That's the article. Now to give you my opinion on it. Thank God it's happening finally. Thank God. I've been saying this since the beginning of the year that they needed to go back to single-car qualifying, and they're finally doing it. All the gaming shit on pit road, all the bullshit that's been going on in qualifying, that's it. And what's really good about single-car qualifying, every team is going to be able to have a chance to be broadcasted. You got to have sponsors. The sponsors are going to get looked at all throughout qualifying. It's good for the sponsors, it's good for the fans, and it's no more bullshit waiting the last 10 seconds. While I think the entertainment factor is going to be not as fun to watch, I don't think this was a big decision that needed to be discussed. Needed to be done. And I appreciate NASCAR for finally stepping up 10 races in a year to doing this. And this is being issued at every track. And I agree that they're only doing it on road courses too. I think road courses you can absolutely do the group qualifying. Every other race, ovals, they had to do something because we were not going to be dealing with the BS gamemanship on pit road and people waiting till the last second. I mean, Auto Club was a shit show if you remember. But yeah, I'm glad they're going back to single car qualifying. I'm really, really happy. It's about time they did something like this. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications on be notified when it goes on my channel. Share this video with your family and friends. Can we get 5 likes in this video? I would greatly appreciate it. Follow me on Twitter, link in the description for that. Also follow me on Facebook, link in the description as well. Comment below your opinions on single car qualifying being back as well. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.